Now, Lionel Messi misses a game and the story continues to grab headlines weeks after that. But if you are a Messi fan, that's bound to happen. Of course, the fans weren't enjoying this moment. Not everyone, though, has won 8 Ballon d'Ors, right? So 2 weeks ago, Messi, as you know, Messi's team Inter Miami traveled to play a friendly against Hong Kong 11. Fans gathered in huge numbers to witness the World Cup winner, to witness the charismatic footballer. In fact, Messi was the biggest draw and the prime reason why everyone flocked to the stadium in huge numbers. But to everyone's disappointment, Messi did not take the field, not even for a moment. And that enraged all present there. Fans were fuming. Organizers, David Beckham, Lionel Messi himself, and everyone practically involved in this particular game faced severe backlash. Post the match, official complaints were made against the organizer, Tatler Asia. Fans even asked for a refund, and the talks of Hong Kong hates Messi started doing the rounds. The matter, of course, escalated so much so that political top brass got involved. Politicians tweeted about Messi not caring enough to play in Hong Kong. Amid the ongoing clamour for ticket refunds, Tatler apologized to football fans over Messi's absence and offered a refund. And what made matters worse was Messi taking the field and playing the friendly against Japanese club Vissel Kobe just days after the game in Hong Kong. Fans were livid that Messi played for 30 minutes in Japan. Messi made a short statement thereafter that he was in fact injured and that's the reason he didn't take the field in Hong Kong, but that was not appeasement enough. The Hong Kong government even questioned the injury. They said, and I quote, Messi played with ease in the match in Japan just 3 days after, and he was spending quite a long time, that they said, on the pitch with some intense movement. And it didn't end or stop right here. Owing to the Hong Kong snub, at least that's how they see it and viewed it, China went ahead and boycotted Messi and Argentina by cancelling 2 friendlies that Argentina was set to play against Nigeria and Ivory Coast in the cities of Beijing and Hangzhou. Many alleged that Messi hates China, some going on to say, to the extent of saying that there was a political motive behind all of this. Now, I understand the angst, of course, of missing out on watching a superstar in action live in front of you, especially in the last phase of his career. But the extent of it has really quite snowballed. Enough for the man in the center of it all to finally break his silence. Just a while ago, taking to Weibo, a Chinese social media platform, Lionel Messi has come out and made a proper statement.
Hello everyone. I've read and heard many things that have been said after the game in Hong Kong. I wanted to record this video and give you the true version so no one has to continue reading false stories. As you all know, I always want to play and be involved in every game. I've heard people say that I didn't want to play for political reasons and many other reasons that are totally untrue. Had that been the case, I wouldn't have even traveled to Japan or visited China as many times as I have. Since the start of my career, I've had a very close and special relationship with China.
He says he doesn't hate China, and that's quite true. Messi has traveled for exhibition games and he's played a lot of football there. But there's more. He also clarified on his participation in Japan. Here is his defense.
I had an inflamed adductor and I couldn't play in the first game in Saudi Arabia, which is when I felt it in the second game. I tried to play for a bit, but it got worse. Then on the day before the match, I tried to train and made an effort for all those who'd come to watch training. I did all I could.
He did all that he could, says Messi, and having seen him perform at the biggest stage for so many years, you probably tend to believe that. One thing is for sure, Messi doesn't give up. This is the same Messi who doesn't give away the ball so easily. So it's safe to say that he would have done all that he could to take the field. Again, we're just trying to do the math here basis what we see in front of us. Messi even stated that had he played the Hong Kong game, there would have been a greater risk of the injury only getting worse.
I also went along to the football clinic with all the kids, but I really couldn't play. I felt discomfort and there was a risk it would get worse. It felt a bit better a few days later, and that is why I played a bit in Japan to prepare fitness-wise for everything to come, because I needed to play and get back up to speed. I had already said all of this, but I think it was important to say it again, now after everything that's been said. As always, I send good wishes to everyone in China who I've always had and continue to have special affection for.
There it is again. He lays it on one more time, his love for China, in an attempt to soften the blow as much as he can. But why is it so important for Messi to try and broker this peace, try to sort of smooth things over? The thing to note here is that China can have far more influence in the sporting world than one can really imagine. Given the massive population of the country, brands obviously have a huge revenue share. The football icon wields immense influence in China, and his popularity attracts luxury brands. Messi rakes in millions through global brand partnerships, and a lot of it is based in China. Major Chinese companies like the dairy brand Mengniu and the liquor brand Shui, the deals pay Messi more than $2.7 million a year. If these deals are to crash, it would affect Messi's global brand value. Not just that, Louis Vuitton is also endorsed by Messi. The luxury brand earns 32% of its sales revenue from Asia, most of that coming from China and, of course, Japan. The recent Hong Kong misstep and a heartfelt apology 2 weeks later may sway China's consumer market for sure, and he'll just have to hope that it's done enough to smooth things over between him and China. Will the incident impact Messi's popularity, though, and will fans forget the incident involving the superstar and move on? Well, we have to see how that one plays out.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.